Dorian Yates, after years of bench pressing, I learned something important, and I first heard it from Arthur Jones. When it comes to multi-joint pressing exercises, a low decline gives you a far better range of motion than a flat bench. The pecs are designed to bring the upper arm down and across the body, and a decline press allows that movement more naturally. That's why, if you look at most pec tears, 9 times out of 10 they happen on the flat bench. It puts huge strain on the pec tendon where it ties into the shoulder. I used to do flat bench because Arnold did it, Sergio did it, Lee Haney did it, all the legends with massive chests. But my pecs weren't easy to develop. I was strong, benching over 500 pounds, but instead of chest growth I was building more delts and triceps. My pecs still looked flat, #lifestyle. So I started experimenting, low decline presses, low inclines, and dumbbell flies. That combination finally triggered the chest development I had been missing. Sometimes you have to break tradition and train smarter, not just heavier. In bodybuilding, some of the most iconic moves are built on tradition, and one of the biggest is the flat bench press. It's often considered a chest exercise. But what if that tradition works against you? Dorian Yates argues flat benching might actually be one of the worst choices for chest growth and tendon health, especially compared to decline and other pressing angles. This video dives into his reasoning, his results, and whether you should rethink your chest day. Yates has been very blunt about flat barbell bench press. He once said that, unless you're a powerlifter, don't do it, calling it dangerous and a shitty pec exercise. He claims that with flat benching, much of the workload shifts away from the pecs to the front delts and triceps, meaning less direct stimulation of the chest muscles themselves. According to him, the tendon and joint stress from flat bench, especially heavy flat bench, makes it prone to injuries like pec tears. He stated that many pec tears can be traced back to heavy flat bench sessions. Instead, Yates prefers a combination of decline presses, low incline presses, and dumbbell flies. For him, these variations allowed a fuller range of motion, better pec activation, and fewer risks. Counterclockwise arrows button wide decline/alternate press angles can be better, evidence and mechanics. Better chest isolation, less shoulder/deltoid overlap. Research and chronicled experience suggest that decline bench presses tend to emphasize the lower, sternal, fibers of the chest more than traditional flat bench, which often overly involves shoulders and triceps. This means for someone like Yates, trying to build a big, full chest, decline or incline angles can offer more direct, focused stimulation of the pecs rather than spreading tension across other muscle groups. Reduced stress on joints and tendons. Because of the angle shift in a decline bench, there's often less shoulder and rotator cuff strain compared to flat bench presses, which can help reduce risk of tendon stress or tears. For lifters who've experienced shoulder or tendon problems, this angle can be notably more forgiving, something Yates took seriously. Improved range of motion and muscle engagement. Yates and some exercise science sources argue that incline/decline and flies give a fuller stretch and contraction across the pec fibers than flat bench, which may lead to better muscle growth when used consistently. Though flat and decline both activate the chest, decline tends to shift emphasis toward lower chest fibers and reduce front delt dominance, aligning better with what many bodybuilders want aesthetically. Wrench what Yates' approach looked like, training chest smarter, not just heavier. According to his own programming history and statements, he dropped flat barbell bench press entirely for his chest routines, not partly, but fully. He replaced it with a mix of decline presses, low incline barbell, or dumbbell, presses, and dumbbell flies, focusing on movement quality, range of motion, and pec isolation rather than maximal poundages. His philosophy, for chest growth, especially for the kind of dense, full chest he built, heavy flat benches weren't necessary, and often counterproductive. What makes Dorian Yates' chest training philosophy compelling is that it challenges bodybuilding orthodoxy. He proves, through results and experience, that building a massive chest doesn't require loading up the barbell on a flat bench until failure. Instead, smart programming plus varied angles plus muscle focus plus injury awareness can deliver superior and more sustainable results.